Okay, now here is about the reporting words. Now, previously, I would say use references to strengthen your writing skills. That means what? Of course, you have to cite, all right? I mean, where it come from. So that means reporting verbs. Usually, you know what? We have to make it more neutral. Okay. So I think I have to give you more example. All right. Now here we go. Now, can you see this box here? The left-hand side is the purpose. All right. The middle is called in-text citation, and then the reporting word. So I think the idea is now the purpose, basically the first row is to introduce someone's argument. All right. Then you read, for example, now from learn, and then 2022, then as learn 2022, and then followed by what? Reporting verbs. For example, suggest, claims, argues, has reported, has indicated. Now, so specifically, for example, you read a book by learn, and then you say, oh, as learn 2022 suggested that blah, 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 blah. All right, that means you are doing kind of a reporting. Or you can say, oh, as learn argues that blah, 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 blah. All right, so that means you use this kind of a reporting verb. Now, another purpose is to use an author to back up the point you are making. All right, for example, this is another style, right? I mean, you can use our argument here, or this argument, or this point, this idea is supported by learn, who also make this point that, or who concludes that, who indicates that. Okay, do you know how to read the table here, right? Basically, it's in-text citation in the middle part. My argument or this argument, this idea is supported by learn, who also concluded that, or who also make the point that, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Now, then, sometimes when you agree or disagree with someone's argument, okay, then, for example, you can see our findings are in agreement with learn, all right, in the blah, 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 or in the belief that, in the claim that, all right, or our finding, for example, you interview someone or you argue for something, and then our finding, our conclusion here aligns with the findings with the learn, all right, in the claim or in the argument, etc. Okay, all right. Now, anyway, so this citation here looks very different, depends on the what source, what style, right? So as I said, so of course, you know, MLA, APA, etc. But you have to check, you know, with your tutor or your lecturer. Okay. I also got one question, I mean, from one student. I will answer that in a minute, right? Okay. Now, then of course, if you understand this idea, I think I will not make it very specific, but I think you know the argument is under the APA, if this is a book, of course, if this is a one author, right? I just explained. But how about if there are two authors? All right, so I think the same idea. Can you see in the box here, the second row? So that means, for example, Christian and the derivatives, also the name and name. All right, both okay. Then how about when you cite as a reference list, you also follow the first author is a Christian, right? And then B, and then N, a graphic, and then 2016. The name of the book, actually no, this is the this is a hang on, algorithm to live by, and then I think there's some error here. Should be also italic. Sorry, algorithm to live by. That should be also in italic, right? Because this is the name of the book. Okay, etc. Now, if you have a more than 3 or 4 author and follow the way, okay. Now, someone will see the ETAL, right? Out. That means it's a more than 3 usually. You don't want to spell out all surnames, so that's why you will just cite the first one. Usually more than 3 or 4. Okay. Then that's why you see the ETAL as a short form. All right, that means more than 2 or 3. Okay, hang on. Now, then the journal article, I think I have explained, all right? Now, how about the article, the website? Now, the website, I think we have the format. So you don't need to memorize it because I'm going to show you the link, all right? For example, that's like also the author's name and initial, the title of the page, etc. Now, but bear in your mind, when you retrieve something from the website or from some sources, then make sure the validity or core that means how reliable the sources is. For example, you can say I cite from a Wikipedia. I cite from a website personal homepage by, you know, where, oh, this is a John Won. But we don't know who is John Won. Anyone can make up something. like a Wikipedia. So in academic world, we seldom cite, from the no reliable sources. Usually what's the reliable sources is more like a recognized journal, international journal. But I share with you, actually, even you cite from a journal, actually they're not proper journal. In academic world, many people publish the article actually under the, like the publisher, however, they just make money. So especially you can see there's many articles, per one per journal. All right, I mean per issue, for example, could be more than 20, 40 even, So you have to check. But how can you know? Sometimes difficult, right? Because you're not in academic world, academic a faculty member. But sometimes, for example, believe in like the government, like some university, all right, or some well accepted journal, like a publisher, right? That's a help.